Hey everyone, welcome. Hey guys, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Welcome.
Hey, David.
Hey Travis, welcome Travis, welcome. Hey, we'll get started shortly here. Hey Daniel, welcome Daniel, welcome.
What's up?
How are you?
Good, bud.
Good. We'll get started shortly. Hey Charity, welcome Charity, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. This evening, we're going to go over trading in the zone, trend following, and trading systems. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Welcome. Hey, Stella, welcome, Stella, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. As you guys know, this evening, we're going to go over some mindset stuff as we incorporate the trading systems and trend following. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. 1 second here. All right. All right, so you guys should see my screen here. All right. Okay, we've got good news in the equity markets. So we've got buy signals. We've been waiting for buy signals. All right. So as you guys know, it's important that we follow what these markets are doing. Okay. So trend following, right? So as these markets break out, all right, we need to be right on top of them. All right. Taking advantage of the moves early. All right. So we do have new buy signals on the S&P. So right here on the S&P, we've got a buy signal. That buy signal came in yesterday here. All right, so buy signal right here. Here is the all-time high right here. All right, all-time high right up here, buy signal right here. So that's good news on the S&P. All right, so hey Tracy, welcome.
Hey, David.
Hello. So we've got buy signal on the S&P. We've got a buy signal on the NASDAQ. All right. So we've got a buy signal right here on the NASDAQ. All right. We'll look to recover previous support. I would say right here is pretty good support, which is now resistance. Okay, but remember, this area here up here is all-time highs. Okay, so the market pulled back a bit today, but that's okay. We've got nice buy signals, and we've got buy signals on all three of the major indexes. So the S&P, the NASDAQ, and also the Russell. So we'll take a look at the Russell here. All right, I just need to get this. And the Russell is right here. All right, so we've got a buy signal right here on the Russell also. So we've got buy signals on all three of the major indexes, out of the four. We do not have a buy signal yet on the Dow. All right, so that's the only index. We do not have a buy signal yet, but that should come. That should come shortly. All right, so the market is up tomorrow. We should get a buy signal tomorrow or early next week. Okay, so we've been anticipating that. The market's held support, never really got through that markdown phase aggressively. All right, so kind of held support. Right, so now buyers are coming back in, green candles. So we should be looking for long opportunities. Okay, so long opportunities in the equity markets. The VIX is coming down. All right, so right now the VIX is under 20, which is a very bullish sign for the market. So if you guys look here, all right, and as you know, when the VIX comes down, volatility increases. When the VIX comes down, volatility decreases in the equity markets. Okay, when the VIX goes up and is above 20, that's volatility, more volatility in the equity markets, not good for stocks. So right now, the VIX volatility index is at 19. So we would like to see that come down more. Okay, if you can get in the low teens, that will be great, but we'll take this. 19 is good. Okay, so 19 is good. We'd like to see that come down and hold down in this area in here, but good pullback on the VIX. And what I wanted to show you, and I'll open up the floor in a minute here with for questions. All right. But take a look at this, guys. We haven't seen this in a while. All these sectors here are moving higher. All right, so we have the VIX. If you guys can see this, the VIX is moving down. All the major indexes, the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, all right, and the Russell all moving up. And we've got every one of the sectors that we track, the top sectors that the institutions are buying, all the major sectors. Okay, so tech, energy, utilities, Consumer staples, right? Transportation, they're all up, moving higher. All right. They're starting to get back in energy, in crude oil. So crude oil is starting to move higher again. All right. Precious metal is still down. All right. So good rotation in the markets. Okay. As far as cryptos, all right, so Bitcoin still holding its buy signal. All right, so break of resistance right here. All right, so nice break of resistance, very clean break of resistance. All right, right here, buy signal, a bit of a pullback, but it's still holding. We need Bitcoin to at least hold above 45,000. So right now it's at 47 and change. Nice buy signal, but it's holding nicely. All right. Let's see here. As far as your Forex positions, okay, the yen pairs have closed some of their positions. So if you guys have been trading them on the 4-hour chart, I would look to take profits. Okay, the dollar yen hasn't closed yet, given a sell signal, but it's in seller's territory, so it should be close to give a sell signal. All right, so purple support and resistance here, red candle, right? So I'm not expecting a pullback on that. Okay, I mean a move higher. New Zealand yen closed. So it closed that position here. All right. Pound yen closed that position. All right. And hopefully these are setting up for shorts is what I'm thinking. All right. Euro yen hasn't closed yet. All right. Swiss yen closed. Okay. So just make sure if you're in these pairs, long, make sure if you've got a sell signal, get out. All right. Right now in Forex, we're waiting to see where the next rotation will be. All right. So we don't have that yet. So we'll send that out as soon as we have an update on that. All right. That GameStop trade we got out today. All right. So we did close. This was a trade that Peter mentioned. All right. So we got a sell signal on the 30-minute. All right. And we got out today. So make sure if you guys took this trade, you should be out of it. Okay. We will watch GameStop. All right. So if it gives, what would be nice if we can get a nice pullback, right? A nice pullback, and then get another buy signal on the 30-minute, that will be a perfect trade setup. All right. So it made a big move all the way up to almost $200. And right now it is at, I think it closed at 160, 166 is where it closed. Okay. So, the short sellers could come in though, guys, and push this stock back all the way down. All right. It really is a pump and dump stock. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on it. So if we can get another buy signal, it pulls back, get a buy signal on the 30-minute, that could be another nice trade. All right. So I know Peter contacted me today. He got out also. So this was a pretty quick, decent trade for our traders. All right. Any questions on anything? Any questions on anything? Any symbols you guys want to take a look at? Anything at all?
Hey, David.
Hello, who's this? Hello.
Hi, David. It's me, Mary.
Oh, hey, Mary. It just says iPhone there, so I didn't know it was you.
Yeah, because remember I was traveling, so I'm still traveling.
Okay.
I'm in
okay.
California now. But my
Okay.
question was in reference to you saying, okay, at the very beginning, you said okay, we have all these buy signals and what exactly would, okay, like if I was in the trade, what exactly would I do with those buy signals?
Okay, so this is a good question. All right, so these buy signals, you guys should see my chart here. The buy signals on the major indexes, so the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq, and Russell. All right, these are buy signals on the market, Mary. So on the equity markets. Okay, so just remember, when we get buy signals on the equity markets to go higher, all right, so expect the equity markets to go higher. Now, when we have buy signals on the indexes, on the markets, okay, expect the sectors to follow, which is what we are seeing here. Okay, so when we look to buy stocks, we don't just buy them in isolation. We want the indexes, right? So the Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq to be trending, all right, to be moving higher, all right, which is an indication by our buy signals here that they're moving higher. All right, so we want the indexes to move higher to give buy signals. Then we want the sectors, so all these sectors here, to give buy signals. And then we want to trade the stocks. So we need buy signals. Can we trade without buy signals on the indexes? Absolutely, we can. All right, but just understand, if the equity markets trending down or in the markdown phase, we are going against the trend. Okay, we are going against the trend of the market. So now that the buy signals we've got buy signals and the equity markets are moving higher. So if you look here, and this is a good example here, on the S&P, it's no longer falling like this, right? It's no longer in that markdown phase, right? All right, so it's now got a buy signal. It's in the markup phase. We need to be looking for stocks. All right, and we need to be looking for sectors that also have buy signals, okay? And then we look for the stocks that have buy signals. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Mary?
Yeah, thank you for explaining that. Appreciate it.
Okay, very good. Okay. But yeah, also always remember, right? We need the index to be because this is trend following, right? So we need to follow the trend. All right. All right. That's going to help us with our trades. Okay. So buy signals, price is moving higher. All right. On the Dow, the Nasdaq. Right. So let's say we have a buy signal on the Nasdaq, and then we have a buy signal here on let's say tech. So and you guys stop me if you have any questions. Okay, so the tech sector is XLK. So XLK is right here. Okay, so we've got a buy signal on Nasdaq. Okay, we've got and then we'll take a look at the XLK. We know it's moving higher here. It's at 24. All right, so we know that starts a new trend. We can go in here, put XLK, and then we can see XLK, whether or not we have a buy signal. We don't have a buy signal yet on the tech sector, but guess what? We've got good price action going higher. All right, it's no longer in the markdown phase. Right, it's getting in that markup phase. We just need a buy signal that should come in any day now. All right, so the Nasdaq has a buy signal. We'll wait for a buy signal here. We could actually start trading stocks, right? Technology stocks here, but a buy signal, just like the previous buy signal we got here, anticipate a buy signal, right? In this area in here, and then we can find our stocks that are tech related, right, to start to trade. So right down here are all these tech stocks, and then we should see the stocks, the tech tech stocks start to follow. Okay, so right here, all right, markdown phase, accumulation, buy signal, okay, and our price is moving higher. All right, so we need sectors to line up. We need the, we need the indexes to line up, sector to line up, and then the stocks within those sectors to line up. So look at this. I'm just gonna go through this. So here is one here. So you guys should be watching these tech stocks. Here's another one here, right? Look at this area here. Perfect buy signals. This one is already moving up. Here's another one here. Nice markdown phase, buy signal. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Any other questions? Good question, Mary. Any other questions?
David, tell me again, because I forgot, what are the difference between the yellow and the purple horizontal lines?
Okay.
I know they mark support and resistance, but what's the difference?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me find one that has a good example. Okay, here is a good example here. Okay, think of the yellow support and resistance. You're gonna get that mainly in the markup phase. So as price moves, guys, as price moves, the nice thing about what we have here is that you don't have to draw in your support lines. Okay, so we know when we do this class on Wednesdays, so we're gonna try to focus on trend following, some mindset stuff, and then the trading systems. Okay, so what's nice about the trading systems that we use is that the system is going to automatically draw in your support and resistance. Normally, you will have to, as a trader, you would have to go in and draw in and put in your lines here every time the price moves. So every time the price moves higher, you're going to get new support and resistance lines. So you would have to continue to move these manually on every symbol that you guys trade. That's what most traders have to do. They have to continue to move their support line, find the support and resistance line so that they find their buy and sell areas. Okay, so you guys know the system does it automatically for us. Okay, but there are different support and resistance. Okay, so you guys know this is the markup phase. This is the markup phase. So we are going to get yellow support and resistance within the markup phase. Okay, within the markdown phase, we are going to get purple support and resistance, kind of like this here. Okay, so just remember, markdown phase, expect purple support and resistance. Like here, markup phase, expect yellow support and resistance. Okay, so markup phase, purple support and yellow support and resistance. In the markup phase, price is moving higher. We break in new resistance. This is the reaccumulation phase. Reaccumulation, reaccumulation, reaccumulation phase. All right. Think of a purple support and resistance as if you're going long, you're in the markup phase, as a reversal in the trend. Okay, so we get yellow support and resistance when the price is making higher highs and higher lows. So it's trending. When price is trending, we are going to get higher highs, see higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so higher lows, price is moving higher, higher highs, higher highs. All right, yellow support and resistance when price is trending higher, higher highs, higher lows. We are going to get purple support and resistance when the price is making lower highs and lower lows. lower highs, and lower lows. So when the price is moving lower in the markdown phase, purpose support and resistance. Okay. Your purpose support and resistance is going to be a warning indicator if you're going long in that markup phase. Okay. So think of the purpose support and resistance when you're in that markup phase. Okay. So you get in near that distribution. Okay. Price is overbought. Okay. So when you get I know it's not always exact, but it works pretty well. Once you start getting purpose support and resistance, Tracy and everyone, anticipate sell signals, start to anticipate a red candle coming in, white candles coming in, purpose support and resistance. And that usually happens prior to getting your sell signal to get out. Okay. The reverse is true if you're going short. So if you shorting, so if you get in puts and you shorting and you start to see yellow support and resistance, all right, just know that that price is slowing to the downside, and you might get a reversal. Okay, so kind of like here, right? Purpose support and resistance. You got a yellow one here, okay, but it really didn't hold. Price continued down, purpose support and resistance. Now you've got a yellow support and resistance. Price is turning, right? The trend is turning to the upside. Yellow support and resistance, yellow support and resistance, purpose support and resistance. Now the price is turning back down. Okay, you see that, Tracy?
Yes, I see it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Okay. So if you guys are in a trade, let's say you're in pound yen, you've got yellow support and resistance here, yellow support and that's really good confirmation that the price should continue to move higher. So you can be safe, feel safe in the trade. Once if you're trading long, you've got a buy signal, yellow support and resistance, all green candles. Boy, this is pretty good. So you can feel safe in adding. Once you get a purpose support and resistance, you need to you can trim your positions, take some profits off the table. All right, anticipate some sellers coming in, like in here. All right, sell signal and get out. Kind of what we did here. All right, with Gamestop. All right, so we got out of Gamestop today. All right, and guess what? We had a purpose support and resistance right here. Purpose support and resistance. That was a warning. All right, here it saved it. It worked out, right? Here it worked out that a purpose support and resistance, but it held. All right, it held. All right, continue to get green candles, but here purpose support and resistance, white neutral candles. Red candle here, sell signal, we're out. We're out. Good question. Good question, Tracy. Any other questions? Any other questions? Here, you got a purpose support and resistance here. All right. It's not as serious. Okay. So when you've got a purpose support and resistance in the accumulation phase, all right, it's not as critical when when the price is high. So if you're in the distribution phase, price has really extended, you get a purpose support and resistance, that's dangerous, kind of like here, right? If it's at the bottom, price is still trying to work its way out of that bottom that's selling. Okay, so just keep that in mind, kind of like here, purpose support and resistance, right? All right, down in this area here, that's okay. That's still down in that markdown phase, getting into that accumulation phase. Similar here, similar here. All right, any other questions? No questions? All right, here, euro yen here, purple support and resistance right here. All right, even if that price is moving higher, here it's saved, okay? But you always want to be careful, right? So you get purple support and resistance. You can hold the price, just pay attention, real close attention. Once you start getting white consolidating candles, red candles, watch out, okay? Okay, it could do something like this here. All right. On the shorts, right here. So here is purple support and resistance, and we're starting to get yellow right here, yellow support and resistance. Okay, so we can anticipate, and that's a pretty decent move to the downside already. So we can anticipate that the price is oversold. Okay, it's oversold and should be slowing. All right. Any questions on anything? Any questions? Daniel, any questions?
As of yet, I do not, because you answered them already. I was going to ask you if you left already from the pound yen, and you said yes. And then you also explained that right now it's in a distribution phase right now, the pound yen. It's probably about to go down and break major structure and start a downtrend.
Yeah, so we've got purple support and resistance here. Yeah, I mean, based on what's happening here, right? We would need a sell short signal for it to be in the distribution phase. But yeah, based on the price action here.
That was a good run though, Dave, huh? That was over 400 pips you guys got.
Yeah, that was let's see here from let's see.
First gave the signal.
Yeah, about almost 500 and change. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna open 2 broker accounts because I since I've been learning pound yen day in, day out. But for the long trades, I wanna hold for the long trades when those signals go out. So therefore I don't mess with it. And I just put something there, I can't do that with TradeStation, correct? Not TradeStation, right? Like another brokerage besides Forex.com. I know Hugo's way, but I don't think I'm ready yet to transfer my Bitcoins, and Ether. But could I use TradeStation to take trades with pound yen and stuff? No, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
I guess I'll just have to do it. All right.
No, explain to me what you're looking to do.
Oh, okay. Because since I day trade the pound yen, intraday trade, like small time frames, I've been learning that. But I do want to stick with pound yen. So when you give the long calls, where it breaks major resistance, and you say, hey guys, jump in right now. I want to put funds over there for the long one, for the long trades. Because I know I can't do 2 trades at the same time in Forex.com.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So I can be able to still intraday trade with my Forex.com, little trades here and there, keep practicing. But on the back end, I'll have pound yen in another broker for the long ones, for the 4-hour trades.
Okay. Okay, so scalp, you're looking to scalp one pair and then have another pair in like trade on your 30-minute with pound yen and then trade it on the 240 also?
Yes, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
When,
Well,
you
you
know,
can do that. You can do that with another pair. All right. It doesn't have to be pound yen. All right. So you could do that. Let's say, for instance, because pound yen and euro yen, and a lot of the other yen pairs will move the same. All right. So if pound yen, if you like to, and I do
yeah.
think it's a, I do think it's I do this a lot with pound yen. Okay. I like pound yen. I like the volatility. And I will trade it quite a bit on the 30-minute time frame, smaller time frame. And then sometimes I'll just trade it on the 240 and let it run. All right. But if you could do a couple of things. Okay. So euro yen, if you look here, euro yen, so here is euro yen. Okay. So if we take a look at euro yen, the buy signal was at 128, and right now it's at 136. That's a lot of pips.
Oh, let's check it out.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So you could trade euro yen on the 240. All right. And let that run on your 240, and then trade pound yen, scalp pound yen on the 30-minute.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. You don't have to trade just pound yen on on the 240 and the same pair on the 30. So just find another pair within that group. All right. Yeah. And then you'll be fine. You just have to your emotions though will it's better that way. It's better that way rather than trying to scalp pound yen and trade it. Your mind will kind of play tricks on you. Okay. Because
Yeah.
as you're looking to get in and out with pound yen, so
and then you start comparing it to the long one and saying, why did this happen? Why did this happen?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Pound yen is I like challenging stuff. So I've been really into the pound yen every single day. I have a journal and I've been putting everything down, everything, even my emotions. I've learned a lot about myself. It's a very interesting that when you enter the world of trading, you actually start to learn a lot about your personality. And if it's actually you versus you, it really is. I'll tell you why, Dave. I have wrote things in a paper that says, do not do this again. And I highlight it. And I do it again. And I go back and I go, geez, I just wrote it down. Do not do this again. And it's a very challenging thing. But one thing about me is I think that the more something is challenging, the more I fall in love with it. It's kind of dangerous, but that's how I am. So I've been learning a lot about myself as a trader. Patience. Wow. Patience is actually the answer when it comes to trading.
Yeah.
So
you guys will find out. And I always say this, right? You're coming to trading this person, right? And if you in this long enough, you'll come out a very different person. And it's usually a good thing. All right, because trading will teach you everything you want to know about yourself. You will look at money totally differently. All right, you look at money totally differently. You will look at how money so there is a few things that will change. Certainly patience, right? But your appreciation for money, right, and then your lack of appreciation for money. It's pretty crazy, right? So once you start doing really well and you guys start making, when you make a lot of money, like, you know, like Peter was talking about his trade where, you know, he looked at his count, his IWM, and it was up 30,000. 30,000 is a lot of money. I don't care who you are, right? 30,000, you open your account and you're up 30,000, right? That's a lot of money, right? For anyone, right? And then, so 30,000 in one day is a lot of money. 30,000, when Ricky made 120,000 in one day, that's a lot of money. So the whole and that's why a lot of traders will, you know, once they get really good, they'll quit their job, right? And trade full time. And, you know, that's what Peter did, right? I think Peter, this is his first month trading full time. So it just changed. It's like, okay, wow, I can work here, and I'm not saying quit your jobs, right? But, you know, if you've got a job and you're making 80 grand, you know, 80 grand, it takes you a whole year to make 80 grand. But then you do one trade, and in a week you make 120,000. Not that you're gonna make that every day, but you have a different perception about money, okay, and how money can be made. All right. So it changes everything. It will change everything about you. The coolest thing that I think it does for traders, if you have really good habits, and you stay in this long enough, you'll become a pretty cool person. All right. Most traders that I know are pretty cool. Okay, they don't take things personally because they've been through, you know, they've been through the markets, been bitten up by the markets a bit. Everyone has been, right? So they don't take themselves seriously, and they usually come out on the other side much better. All right, but that's a good point, Daniel. That's a good point. All right. Tracy, you said I said the same thing about myself. Yeah. Tracy, you want to talk about that, if you don't mind?
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was just concurring with what Daniel was saying, and that I consider myself a very, you know, structured person, like to have rules and so forth. And when I started looking into trading, I was looking at it as, oh, okay, well, I can just do this as a hobby and so forth. But I quickly learned that I have to take trading seriously, basically like a profession, just like any other profession, whether it be medical, engineering, whatever, teaching, education, what have you. You have to look at trading as a profession, give it the respect that it deserves, or it will tear you up. And the second point is that it will make you examine who you are as an individual and things that you might need to change.
Yeah.
Not that you know that you are a bad person, what have you, but just some things about you might need to be elevated or come down a little bit, just so that you can look at the market and look at what the market is showing you and act accordingly, not according to you, but according to what the market is showing you.
Yeah, good point. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, it kind of forces you to be, and I think it was Charity and I, we were doing some one-on-one work, and she mentioned honest, right? It kind of forces you to be honest. All right. Forces you to be honest with yourself. All right. So, you know, if you guys, you know, I tell you, yeah, there's so many lessons. You know, there's a lot of greed, right, that goes into trading. There's a lot of greed that goes into trading, right? So a lot of that greed and we all have different levels of greed, but it's all of us have it, right? We all have it. And if you do this long enough, that greed kind of goes away, right? But then most importantly, the fear. So a lot of us have a lot of fear, right? So that fear will kind of go away, not just in trading, but in life, right? So it's a very interesting industry, right? But it really is all about you. Okay, so we can take someone, you can have someone, and Ricky is a good example. I like talking about Ricky because he conquered trading because of the type of person that he is, right? So you could have taken any market, you could have given him any market, you could have given him any tool, and he would have conquered it just because of the type of personality he is. All right. So your personality, your background, right, has a lot to do with your success, your confidence, right? Your confidence going in, the confidence that you've had in other endeavors, right? In other things that, like, Tracy just mentioned, it's a profession, right? So there are sometimes the other professions, that things that you've done in the past will sometimes help you, but it's a different game. The biggest hurdle for traders is to come back. That's why I like talking about Peter's trade. We send out an update on Peter and how he struggled with his IWM trade, right? But it really wasn't a struggle. It was a lot of success, right? And how he changed his whole trading here, right? During that markdown phase, all of that consolidation. And he will now become a much better trader because of how he managed his emotions himself through this very difficult consolidation here in price. Okay. So yeah, there are lots of lessons that we learn from trading.
And David, can I just say one more thing? Is that, I first looked at this as that, oh, okay, I could just make some money on the side, but I have since changed my way of looking at it and said, let me just learn the skill first, and then making the money will come later. But I need to learn the skill first.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it now.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, we have to look at it. We have to look at it differently. We have to treat it differently. You can, when you have wins, it's good, but it's just part of the process. When you have losses, it's bad, but it's just part of the process. Is just what it is.
Now it hurts when you have losses. It hurts.
It hurts bad. It hurts really bad. It's not, it hurts. That hurt will never go away because we're just human, right? But we do it enough. You do it enough. That pain doesn't hurt as much. Okay. And then a good thing is once you guys kind of get in the clouds, like a plane, right? A plane is taking off, right? Plane is taking off. It's kind of bumpy, right? Kind of bumpy, but once it gets elevation, gets in the cloud, guess what? It's smooth sailing. All right. So at some point, does anyone here, and I know we have new traders here, does anyone here where do you think do you guys think you're in like that bumpy area taking off? Do you feel like you kind of nearing the cloud where things are starting to level off? Not in your performance, right? Not in the because sometimes we equate success to profit, okay? But there's a different other kind of success too, right? In just where you've been, right? From from let's say you started 6 months ago, right? And you've just learned, or 3 months, and you've just got a better knowledge of how things work. All right. Does anyone want to share where you are in your process? Do you feel like you're like just taking off? All right, with your comfort, how you guys feel about trading? Are you more relaxed? Or you anyone? Is it things are still bumpy, or do you feel like you're very relaxed? You should get to the point in trading where you're just relaxed. All right, you
So,
should.
I think when I first started, I only have 3 months of trading, even though it has felt like basically about a year. That's how much bullshit I've been through so far. But I started very, very bumpy because I'm a person that doesn't care too much about money. I know it sounds pretty sad, but I'm not scared to lose money. And when I first met you, Dave, and I fell in love with the program, and I said, "Wow, you can make a lot of money!" And just the way that um, you talk with confidence, and how you talk about profiting and making money like it's nothing. My head, I thought, I'm gonna make money fast. So I basically dumped a lot of money, and I lost a lot of money, thousands of dollars, and that's when it really hit me that I have to slow down. And I knew that again I was going to need a lot of coaching. So to make it short, I started bumpy because the first month and a half, I became obsessed, kind of like how this girl was, the one that starts with an M, that was here in the beginning, that she was asking 1,000 questions. Yeah, I was researching everything, reading a lot of books. My mind was insane for 6 weeks straight. And after a lot of losses and learning and coaching, right now I'm at the level where I'm in the middle. I'm profitable sometimes, I lose sometimes, but I really, really feel that I'm right in the middle. And God willing, in a month or 2 months, I'm gonna take off. That's how I feel inside my heart. Because I understand the way the markets work now. I understand a bit about my emotions a little bit. I understand that you do make a lot of money, but you also can lose a lot of money. So if you don't have a balanced attitude, greed can destroy you. So if you make trades just because you see the money at the end of the tunnel, that decision right there can destroy you. So you got to be very careful. How to invest your money, how to work your money. So the level I'm at right now is I'm right in the middle.
Okay.
I feel relaxed sometimes, and then I also feel a little eager sometimes. But I'm right there in the middle where I'm about to be finally relaxed. I
Very
just
good.
don't yet, but I know it's close.
Very good. I'm gonna add something, and I'm gonna get some input from you guys. All right. So what Daniel mentioned is what happens a lot. All right. So you come into you come in as new traders, whether you guys have been trading for 6 months, a year. So you get to the point where you lose, right? We all go through that process. Okay, so we can't take it personally. It's just what it is, and it's a lot of it is just knowledge and figuring things out. And I call it going on the hero's journey. All our best traders went on a hero's journey. All right, so when you get into trading, you're going to have losses, right? And sometimes you blow up accounts. You might blow up, 2 accounts, 3 accounts. I can't remember how many. I mean, I blew up a ton of accounts. When I first started, very emotional trader. I wasn't that good when I first started. It took me years to really calm things down. All right. So you're gonna there are phases, and that's what I'm talking about, right? When you take off, right, it's gonna be bumpy. You're going to have a lot of losses. You're gonna blow up accounts. Just expect that. Okay, just expect that. All right. All our top traders, they always talk about it. Okay, they always, so it's not something that there is no one out there that will not go through that. All right, so you're gonna expect to go through that process. You will know when, and this is what Daniel is talking about, you will know that you're getting there when once you start leveling off, where you're not blowing accounts, right? You're not trading crazy. You're kind of leveling off, right? You're no longer blowing accounts, but you're not making a lot of money either. And that is success, right? So you've gone from blowing, everything is crazy. You're kind of blowing up a few accounts. And blowing up account means, hey, you open an account with 500 or 1,000, you lost it. Whether you lost it in a week, whether you lost it in 6 weeks, whether you lost it in 3 months, doesn't matter. You lost it all. Then you open up another account, fund it again, and you do it again. You will know that you are leveling off when you're no longer blowing up accounts. So you're going to go through that phase where you blow up accounts. It's going to happen to everyone. It happens to everyone because the knowledge, the experience is just not there yet. Okay. Then the next phase, hey, your job then is to not blow up any accounts. Okay, so now you're going to be thinking, okay, I can't trade crazy, like Daniel was talking about, crazy amounts. All right, but then I also need to understand that this is a profession, kind of like what Tracy is talking about, right? And kind of manage the process a bit. Okay, so now you'll start to see things level off, but you're not making any money yet, right? You're just not blowing up accounts, right? And then the next process is that you start making some money, right? You start making some money, but then you're making it, it's not consistent. You make some here, you lose some here, but you start to see your P&L increase. All right. And then the next step from that, you become more consistent. Okay. So you still have losses, but you have small losses, bigger wins. You have more wins than you have losses. Okay. And now you start to see your P&L grow. All right. And then after that, the next step is, you really see things move as you start to trade higher and so forth. Okay. So that's the process. That is the process. We all go through it. Everyone goes through it. You will know that things are clicking, things are making sense when you are not blowing up accounts. So that's when you'll know when you're still trading, you're trading on a regular basis. You're still taking trades, right? You're still taking trades. You're managing your emotions. You're following a process, but you're not blowing up accounts. That's when you know, hey, I'm getting this. And then after that, you can focus on now making money. Whereas most traders come in, they focus on making money right away. They blow up accounts, and they feel like, oh, well, this is not for me. Blowing up accounts, going through that process is what we have to do. Okay. Now, we don't want to blow up a lot of accounts. And with a lot of what we do, we don't have a lot of traders blowing up accounts. Okay. But it does happen. Okay, it does happen, but what you do, open small accounts. Okay, so give yourself $500, $1,000, take that money, right? And just trade for 2 months, 3 months, and see how long that money can last. Okay, you're still trading, still taking trades, but see how long that $1,000, you can make that $1,000 last. Okay. I'm gonna mention Stella. I like to see Stella will send me some of her trades, right? So she'll send me, hey David, this is what I'm trading at, and I like to see what she's doing because she's not trading big, right? She's taking nice small trades, so very different And everyone is different, but very different from what Daniel did, right? Daniel talked about where he went really, really big. Stella is quite the opposite, right? All right. So everyone is different, okay? But we want to make that money last as long as possible, okay? Because that's our lesson. We're using that capital. We're using real capital to teach us, to learn the process. And then later, okay, so what Stella is doing now, Daniel now has to go back, all right, has to go back and start, and that's okay too. That's okay too. I did that many times, right? And most traders will have to do that. You're gonna have to go small and go through that process, all right? And then even when you think you've got it, guess what? Something crazy is gonna happen, and then you're gonna have to go back again. Anyone wants to add? Anyone wants to add anything? How about you, Travis? You want to add anything?
I think you guys pretty much covered it. I say I agree with what everyone has been sharing.
Okay, very good, very good. Hey, Stella, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think you're right. Taking the small trades has been good for me. So I have taken a ton of small trades. And when I look on, like forex.com and I see my win and lose rate, I'm like, I've lost a lot. I mean, in terms of a percentage of losses, but my account is up over 20% from January when I started. So I kind of now get the, many small losses and a few big wins. You actually are moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and what I like about what Stella is doing, I have to we have to kind of force traders to go small, but everyone is different, right? I like to go big. I was forced to go small, all right, but I like to go big because I like to make money, right? But understand, I think this is going to be when you've really got it, all right? When you're really there is when you know when to go small and when to go big. Okay, there are going to be times when you have to go small. And then there are going to be times when you have to go big. All right. So that's going to be for the traders that go small. All right. Understand that there's going to be a time, kind of like Peter, right? When Peter went big on that IWM trade, right? So understand as you guys are training and you're building your muscle and you're developing things, right? Understand that this is where you're going to have to switch the hat, right? So there's going to be times when you're going to have to switch the hat from going small because things are just really setting up nicely. And then you're going to have to push the button, right? And go big. And then there are going to be times when you're going to have to do the reverse. You're going to have to go small, real small. Okay, but it's all going to be based on what the market is doing, not what you want or not what the trading style that you like. Okay, and that's all growth. That's all growth. Okay, that's all growth. So any questions on anything? Any questions on anything? Okay, I think we'll end here. Good class. Good class. We talked about some mindset stuff. All right. Growth. Just understand that this is a profession. When you get in this, understand that this is not a get rich quick industry. I know sometimes, boy, with everything with that's out there about trading, right? All this. You can come in and you can get rich quick. Are there success stories that that happen quickly, absolutely. All right. But there's usually a lot of hard work. If it's sustainable, there's hard work behind it. Okay. So just continue to put the work in. All right. I'm proud of you guys. Continue to put the work in. All right. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the stocks ETF and options class. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, David.
Bye-bye.